One of the hardest things about being alone after you lose the person you're going to spend your life with, one of the hardest things is who do you turn to when things go wrong? And things went wrong for me. Cataract surgery, a big nothing burger, easiest thing ever. That's what everybody told me. You're in, you're out, 10 minutes, you get the surgery, and the next day, ta-da! You can see clear as day. Well, it didn't work that way for me. It's been 3 weeks and I'm still dealing with the first surgery for the first eye. Let's talk about it. So 3 weeks ago, um, two lovely ladies from my church took me up to, it's a minor city about an hour away from me, to have my surgery. Everything went fine. The surgery was nothing. It was great. And it took about maybe 40 minutes of prep, maybe 30, maybe half an hour. I don't know. I was in and out of the office in an hour. I was back in my car right at an hour. But they do drops and then they wait a few minutes and they come back and they do drops and wait a few minutes and they have to come back and give you this, give you that, sterilized and all that stuff. Nothing, not a big deal. And everyone was so sweet, so wonderful, just kind, wonderful place. Day later, a couple days later, there are trees in my backyard, and up the hill, I could see the definition of the bark on the trees. It was great. It's like, wow, without my glasses, I can see bark definition. Now I can barely see the tree. They gave me drops to use, of course, antibiotics and steroids, and my vision has progressively gotten worse. I do not mean this as medical advice for anybody. This was just my experience. I'm not a doctor, don't know nothing about it. And they've been great. They've been wonderful trying to help me out with this. But anyway, so I went back again. After a week, I went. It wasn't looking great. They said come back in 2 weeks, which that was yesterday. And yeah, so anyway, so here I am. But the whole point of this, besides telling you that I have to go back in another week back to the surgeon to see what's happening. Anyway, I'm praying that by the time I get back in a week, everything will be fine. I will have my vision. And if they do have to do something to take care of this, that it's not a big deal. And the Lord is glorified in it. That's my prayer. And I do not mean to complain. And I'm not telling you this story to make you feel sorry for me or, for attention. That's not what I'm telling you this story for. But like and comment below. Have you ever had a simple procedure, whether dental, vision, ingrown toenail, whatever, a simple procedure that the whole world has done all the time, and for you, something weird happened and you have some kind of strange issue that the technician yesterday told me she has worked with 2 different surgeons and seen countless cataract surgeries. She's never seen what is happening to me ever. She's never seen it before. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I am. I'm going back to the surgeon. So that finally brings me around to why I'm posting this video. If my husband were here, it would just be, honey, you got to take me back up to the surgeon's office. And it would not be a thing. It's just, and there's so many things in life that we have to redo, get used to a whole new way of doing everything. Doing your laundry, cooking, cleaning, going to work, coming home from work. Everything is different when you've lost someone. I think I have sort of gotten rid of or gotten used to a lot of the things that do happen. I've done my taxes there now with my tax preparer, and that was just fun. And my I'll start taking distributions this year from our retirement funds. So we're getting all that stuff done. Everything is getting lined up for that. Um, but I'm doing it by myself. And all the fun of it, looking forward to the distribution point of retirement. You've worked, we accumulated, went through all of that together. And I always thought we would be doing the distribution phase together, and we would be taking money out and planning. And okay, so that's all different now. That's totally, a whole new thing. Um, just everything in life. The grass is starting to come up here in the Midwest. We've had some warm days. It's been a beautiful March, sunny, crazy windy as usual. But so the grass is growing. Well, that is a big thing. It didn't used to be. Used to be the grass is getting tall. It's getting that time of year. Never crossed my mind. What did I care? I knew magically the blades of the mowers were going to all be sharpened. The oil was going to be changed. Everything would be done. Everything would be ready. My outside water spigot stopped working the other day in the middle of washing my car. So that stopped working. Again, that never would have been a problem with me if my husband were here. Or this morning, there was a creepy crawly in my sink. One of those, I don't know if it's a millipede or what. They're about that long and they got legs all the way around and they're poisonous. And I reached in to get the dish rag off the thingy. I was going to wipe out the sink, and something starts wrapping around my finger, and I can feel sharp. And it was that thing. Not a bug girl. Do not like bugs. Don't like creepy crawlies of any kind. Mice, snakes. You've heard it said, I'm afraid of live snakes. I'm afraid of dead snakes. I'm afraid of sticks that look like snakes. That's me. Exactly. That's me. And anyway, this thing is wrapped around my finger and I'm screaming. And again, now I deal with that. I take care of the creepy crawlies in the sink. Everything else, the lawnmower, whatever, it's all on me. Everything in life changes. And now I'm having surgery. I have mouth surgery Wednesday. Then Thursday, I have to drive back to this minor city to have them look at my eye again and see what's up with that. And I know I'm going to be in a lot of pain from my dental surgery. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cancel the dental surgery. I'm going to have to call them today at the periodontist and ask them if they think I will. I know I could do it as far as I'm not going to be on heavy medication or anything, but I'm going to be in a lot of pain, and I will be taking some of those things that they give you after minor surgery. So anyway, I'm going to be in pain, and it's an hour drive up there, then that, whatever they do, and then an hour back. So when my husband was here, that was never an issue. There's just so much to get used to, so much to learn. And every day, every month, every year, every new year that comes along, I learn, I become aware of new things that I have to learn to do on myself or on my own that I have to figure out. Is somebody going to drive me to surgery? Yeah. All that stuff. Don't want to be there. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be doing that. But I have, I think, made a lot of progress. If this would have happened a year or two ago, it probably would have totally threw me for a loop. It doesn't so much now. I have gotten used to it, but I know so many of you have been alone for years. So how do you deal with that? Is it something that you had to learn, or is it just a way of life for you from the very beginning to where it's just the way things were? You had to figure out how to get yourself to a surgery. get to the doctors, drive a long way when you're on painkillers. Um, yeah. So, whatever your advice is for me and for other viewers, it's just, it's just a place that you don't imagine when you are going into being on your own, being by yourself. You there's just so much that you don't see coming, and you're ambushed by it. I was talking to a lady the other day who was saying it's been about 4 years for her, and she is just going through a really rough time right now. And the tears, they just come out of nowhere. And I wrote and told her the span for me of good times goes a lot longer. It's or yeah, a lot, a lot more time in between those ambush events that get me upset for weeks, and I just cry and I'm weepy, and they just come out of nowhere. Um, the time in between those has gotten much longer than what it used to be. Used to be if I went a half a day without breaking down, that was like a win. So now I can go several weeks, and when I do break down and I cry, and you know, it doesn't last as long as used to. I remember early on in my grief journey, I knew they say, well, when you need to cry, just cry. Okay, that sounds great and that sounds logical and makes sense. But I have to go to work. I have to accomplish things. I have to do stuff. And I knew that once I started, if I let myself give into that, if I let myself start crying one time, well, that's going to be my whole day. Yeah. So let me know if you've been there. But I was not going to recover in time to get out the door before work. So I had to just avoid letting myself get into those positions. But I made it through that. It's been years with the Lord's help, with a lot of wonderful people that He put in my life. I've gotten through that. And now, maybe because I'm getting older and the old age stuff is starting to happen to me, like cataract surgery. Generally, it doesn't happen before you're 60 or even 70. And so that kind of thing is happening. He's not here to drive me wherever I got to go. So it's tough. It's hard to get used to. It's hard to find your footing and to figure out, how am I going to get through this stage, whatever is happening, whatever is occurring. How am I going to get through that by myself? And the worst thing ever, well, I'm just going to say it. There's worse things, but the worst thing about it, I don't have anybody to complain to. First time, well, it was up here, then here. This will be my third implant surgery. The first two times, of course, I got to get the bone grafts, do the whole thing, and that's terrible. It takes forever. But I had someone too, when I came home, I lay on the couch and I need Jello and I need pineapple, which helps the healing of mouth injuries, FYI. I had somebody to bring me my cut up pineapple and my Jello and another ice pack, and put this one back in the freezer and bring me another ice pack, and I'm ready for a pain pill. I had somebody for all that. This will be my first one on my own. So it's just hard. It's really hard. But I am thankful that this did not happen last year. I am a year stronger, I guess you could say. I'm a year farther into my journey. So I know I'll get through it, and I appreciate everyone. And I know we'll get a bunch of love for this. And I don't mean it as an attempt to get attention. I see so many videos of people posting some tragedy in life, and all they're doing is wanting sympathy and attention. That's not why I'm doing it. I just want to let everyone know this whole grief journey, it is tough, but you will get through it. We have one another. There's all kinds of groups that you can join, people that you can talk to. And if you do feel alone, you aren't. You might just have to work a little harder to find people who do love you and understand. So don't give up on that. Um, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And wherever you are with your cataracts, with your mouth surgery, your ingrowing toenail, or anything else that's going on, I pray that you have a support system. And you can include me in that. Post me a comment, give me a like, and I will keep you updated on this crazy cataract situation.